What's good, everybody? It's Holmes, and today, guys, I'm coming to you with a brand new video. But before we get into that, guys, please go ahead and leave a like. Let's try and get 15 likes on this video. Again, check out all the socials down below. I'm a lot more active on there as well. We're trying to go crazy on the social media platforms as well, guys. But anyways, I'm not going to hold any more of your time. Let's get right into the video. Alright, guys, so now starting off with the combo video. Again, I have 5 combos that I'd love to showcase you guys, but before we get into that, guys, please go ahead and leave a like and subscribe if you have not already. But anyways, starting off with the first combo, it is essentially a 1-card combo. It's going to be Aluber by himself, plus a discard. Again, fake trap is the discard like always, but you guys will see what I mean. But again, it's technically a 1-card combo because like you'll always have these, and the combos do vary depending on what the other card in hand is, but I'm not going to go into extremes right now. I just wanted to showcase the 1-card combo that I saw and I thought it was pretty legit. So again, normal summon Aluber. Aluber essentially lets you add any branded spell or trap card. This will let you get branded fusion, activate the branded fusion, and we are going to be dumping Fallen of Albaz and the Bystial Lubellion. And I'll explain what Lubellion does just very shortly, but here we go ahead and special summon out our Albion, and then Albion's effect will go ahead and trigger, and he says if this card is fusion summon one level 8 or lower fusion monster from your extra deck by banishing fusion material. So again, he's like the miracle fusion of the deck, so he goes ahead and banishes the Albaz and banishes the Aluber on board to go ahead and special summon out our Lubellion. Then from here, Lubellion's effect will trigger, where he says if this card is fusion summoned, you can discard 1 card, fusion summon 1 level 8 or lower fusion monster, and then by shuffling materials from like the field and the banished realm as well, banished zone. So here again, like I said before, we use the discard. This will go ahead and shuffle back our Albaz and shuffle back Lubellion. Almost always you'll be shuffling back Lubellion, to be honest. This will go ahead and special summon out our Mirror Jade. Now again, from here we can go ahead and use Lubellion. So this is what I was talking about. So the Bystial Lubellion is really OP. His initial effect is you can only special summon him by attributing 1 level 6 or higher dark dragon monster. You can only special summon him once per turn this way. The main effect that a lot of people know him as is you can send this card from your hand to graveyard, you can add any Bystial, and then during your main phase you can place 1 branded continuous spell or trap card from your deck face up on the field. So again, like my older brother said, if the card has 3 effects, it's probably broken, but here we go. Lubellion, tribute a level 6 or higher dark dragon, which is Albion the branded dragon. Tribute him, get Lubellion onto the board, and then from here we use the Bystial Lubellion, which he says during your main phase, you can place 1 branded continuous spell or trap card from your deck face up. This will go ahead and get our branded beast. Now, branded beast says once per turn during the main phase, if you control a bestial monster, you can tribute 1 dragon monster, target 1 card your opponent controls, and destroy it. Then, during the end phase, you can target 1 branded continuous spell or trap card, place it face up on your field. You're going to use this effect once per turn. Now, the thing is, this is during your main phase, you can control bestial monster, tribute 1 dragon, then target 1 card on field, pop it. So you basically have a free pop with the Bystial Lubellion. So it's pretty good like there. And then, like I said before, during the end phase, Albion will trigger to get you branded retribution. Now, branded retribution says when a spell, trap card, or monster effect is activated that includes the effect that special summons a monster, return to the extra deck 1 face up fusion monster you control, or 2 fusion monsters in your graveyard that mention Fallen Albaz as material if you do negate the activation, and if you do that, destroy this card. Second effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard, target 1 branded spell or trap card in your graveyard, and add it to your hand. So branded retribution, again, it's a nice little judgment, or I guess a warning. Yeah, it's more of a warning because it only special summons. Yeah, so it's a nice little warning. You have Mirror Jade who sends to banish, and again, if you don't know, all of the Albaz extra deck monsters have an effect when they're sent to the graveyard, or any of like the Despia cards as well. So again, Mirror Jade is able to do that. Then you have branded beast, which lets you tribute Lubellion to pop card. Then during the end phase, you can like reset anything that you have. Mirror Jade as well, then negate. And this is all off a 1-card combo. So this is a good combo, guys, but again, it's not really the best combo, and I'm sure there are better ways of running the 1-card combo. But now let's get on to the 2-card combos. So this is a 2-card combo, and I actually saw this on Grim YGO's channel, so please guys go ahead and check him out. Essentially, this is the combo. So it's Aluber plus the Bystial Magnamhut. Again, this can technically be any Bystial in that regard, but Bystial Magnamhut is one of the nicest ones to have. Again, this combo does change if you have Lubellion, which I'll showcase in a different combo. But again, we go normal summon Aluber. Aluber goes ahead and gets us branded fusion, which is almost always going to be getting. Then from here, we activate branded fusion. Of course, Fallen Albaz will always go because like you kind of need to use them. But we send Tri-Brigade Mercurier now. So from here, goes ahead and special summon out the new card, Lindworm, the Gunhammer Dragon. So Lindworm's effect is this. When a fusion synchro accesses you or link monster's effect is activated to any monster from the extra deck, you can negate that effect, then you can return 1 monster on the field. So again, it's just a generic negate, not negate and destroy, negate and banish, negate and shuffle, just a negate. Then you can choose to return 1 monster on the field to the hand. So it's pretty good because if you have like a Bisted on board, you can bounce the Bisted, but I'll explain that later on. Then he has, if this card's in your graveyard, quick effect, target 1 Fallen of Albaz in your graveyard. If both are still in your graveyard, special summon either that monster or this one if you do banish the other. So again, it's pretty good. Brand Fusion goes and summons out Lindworm. So this is a free negate, again, like nib proof combo. From here we go Bystial Magnamhut by banishing the Tri-Brigade Mercurier. Now Mercurier has an effect. Essentially says if this card is banished, you can add from your deck to your hand 1 Fallen of Albaz or 1 monster that mentions it. except Tri-Brigade Mercurier. So basically, we go Magnamhut. Magnamhut will special summon out by banishing Mercurier, then Chain Link 1, Chain Link 2, or whatever you want. Chain Link 1, Chain Link 2, it doesn't really matter, because they definitely would have asked for Branded Fusion. From here, we go ahead and add Blazing Cartesia, the Virtuous. So this card, I think it came out last set in Dabble maybe. She essentially says, if you control a Fallen Valbaz, or it is in your graveyard, which we have right here, it says you can special summon this card from your hand. During the main phase, quick effect, you just fusion summon a level 8 or fusion monster by using monsters from your hand or field as material. Then during the end phase, it's like a Ecclesia where, like, if there was a fusion monster sent to the graveyard or your graveyard, add her to your hand. Again, since we control Fallen Valbaz in the graveyard, we can go ahead and special summon out Blazing Cartesia, and then use her effect on board, which is going to allow us to fusion summon by sending Aluber and Cartesia into the new card Googly Moogly, Grand, I don't know, I'm just gonna call him Googly Moogly, the Finale Dragon. He says, if this card is fusion summoned, you can send one level 6 or higher light or dark monster from your deck or X deck to the graveyard. If a monster is special summoned by an opponent's activated monster effect, banish this card from your field or graveyard, special summon one Dogmatica monster from your deck or one Despia monster from your X deck. So again, he's pretty good because he's like kind of a pseudo interruption, but you really use him for his main effect, which lets you mill a card. So this will go ahead and mill us Albion the Branded Dragon. So just like that, we got Albion in the graveyard. Now we are going to proceed to the end phase, and you guys will see a lot of the kind of value of this combo come into fruition. So from here, we'll resolve Magnamhut first. Magnamhut can get us Baldrake. It can get you Druid Storm as well. It can get you whatever you want, but Magnamhut's probably the better one. And then from here, we can go ahead and activate Albion. Albion will go ahead and get us Brandon in red, but that's not all, because from here, we'll actually activate Brandon in red. We'll add the Albaz to our hand, and then we'll resolve the fusion effect. So we'll banish the Albaz and Googly Moogly. And then from here, this will go ahead and summon out our Mirror Jade, the Ice Blade Dragon. And then from here, Mirror Jade will trigger. So Mirror Jade will send our Brigand, the Glory Dragon. Basically, he says is, if this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there, you can add to your hand or special one Tri-Brigade monster or Fallen Valbaz from your deck to your hand. So basically, we'll go ahead and use this. Then we'll trigger out our Lindworm. Lindworm will go ahead and negate the Mirror Jade. But again, like I said before, it doesn't destroy, it negates, and then if you want, you can bounce. So being able to negate Mirror Jade is pretty good because you don't have to banish any of your cards on the field, and you just get this card in the graveyard for free. So from here, we'll go ahead and bounce the Magma, so we have double Bystials to play for next turn. And then Brigand will trigger to go ahead and activate to add our Mercurier. Again, I only played one, but like if you play multiple, you can add it. It was just for the combo, so we end up getting the Mercurier to our hand. And then again, we use our Blazing Cartesia effect as well to add back to the end phase as well. So basically, from a 2-card combo, we ended on 2 interruptions, which is Mirror Jade, and it is Gunghammer or Gungnir or whatever the guy name is. We have a negate, we have double Bystials as well, we have follow play as well. I know you can't use Mirror Jade, but again, depending on the way your hand shapes and everything, you can actually just end up playing consistently. So this is a 2-card combo, guys. It ended on pretty good follow-up, which is why I decided to showcase it. Now let's get on to the next combo. So guys, getting on to the next combo, and this is what I was saying, that it gets a little better when you end up getting Lubellion to your hand instead, because Lubellion's, he's pretty good. He doesn't only get you Abyssal, but he gets you Tributing to get like the continuous spell trap card. But again, we're going to continue this combo off by going activate Lubellion effect, discard, go ahead and get Serenir. Now Serenir is probably one of the best Bystials in your deck, if not the second best next to Lubellion. The reason why is because Serenir says, if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can send one Bystial or Branded Spell Trap card from your deck to the graveyard. And again, it's very easy to kind of get any of the good ones that you want in your graveyard. So again, normal Aluber effect, get the Branded Fusion. From here, what we do is we go ahead and activate the Branded Fusion. Again, it becomes clockwork at this point. We send the same to Albaz Mercurier, summon out Lindworm, which is like the best card in the deck right now. So Lindworm will go ahead and hit the board. We'll go Serenir, banish the Mercurier, summon out Serenir. And then again, Mercurier will trigger to go ahead and get us our Blazing Cartesia, which is like, it's basically, this whole line is like the new line that you're going to be taking if you end up opening one of the Bystials. So from here, this will go ahead and activate our Blazing Cartesia, because like I said, we have Fallen Valbaz in the graveyard to special summon out Cartesia. From here, we go ahead and use Cartesia's quick effect, allowing us to fusion summon into our Googly Moogly. And then from here, we go ahead and use his effect to send our Albion to the graveyard. Cool. From here, what we do is we go ahead and use Lubellion, and Lubellion will tribute our Serenir, special summon out Lubellion, and then this will trigger our Serenir in the graveyard to send any Bystial or Branded. We'll go ahead and send Branded Loss, and I'll explain it why we send Branded Loss in just a bit. But from here, we go ahead and activate the Bystial Lubellion's effect. This will let us set our Branded Beast. Now remember when I said Branded Beast had that end phase effect? Just keep that in the back of your mind. So from here, what we do is we go ahead and we activate our Blazing Cartesia during the end phase. Let's just add this card to our hand. And then from here, we still use our Albion during the end phase to go ahead and set a spell trap card, which is branded in red. And then we still keep playing because now we can use Branded Beast. Now, Branded Beast, like I said before, during the end phase, you can target one branded continuous spell trap card in your graveyard and place it face up. So this is where Branded Loss comes into effect. So from here, we can go ahead and place our Branded Loss onto the field. So now what we end on? We end on Googly Moogly, who again, he has his Pseudo Disruption effect, where you can special summon any of the guys out from the extra deck. We have Lubellion on board, which can work with Branded Beast to pop a card. We have Gungnir or Lundworm. I don't know why I call him Gungnir. You have Lindworm, who can negate a card and banish it, or sorry, you can negate a card and then bounce any of your guys that you want or choose. And then we have again Branded Loss, and Branded Loss says the activation of your cards and effects that include the effect that fusion summons a fusion monster cannot be negated, meaning that we have protection on our Branded in red. And then it additionally has another effect that says when a monster is fusion summoned this way, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects. So basically, when you summon Guardian Chimera, they can't activate anything on Resolution, so Chimera can just pop for free. And then if you fusion summon a fusion monster, add one Fallen Albaz or one monster that mentions it from deck to hand. So again, there are a lot of cards in the Branded archetype and the Fallen Albaz archetype that just add, so you can just get free follow up like that as well. So it's pretty good in that regard. And then yeah, so we have Blazing Cartesia for follow-up play, we have Lubellion with the pops, we have Gungnir's Googly Mooglies, we have the Branded in reds, and yeah, so that was it for the third combo. Now let's get on to the fourth combo. So now we are getting on to the fourth combo, and again guys, if you guys are enjoying my content, please go ahead and leave a like and subscribe again like I said before, because these next two combos are going to get pretty juicy. Again, it's the exact same way, so Aluber plus Lubellion, which is the best combo in your deck. But again, we're going to start off like we started off the previous combos, where we go ahead and go Aluber for fusion, and then from here we go ahead and activate fusion. Fusion will go ahead and dump the two, so again Mercurier and Albaz, and then this will go ahead and get Lindworm. And then from here we go ahead and activate Lubellion's effect to go ahead and get Serenir. Now again, if you already have Serenir, you can get anything else. You just want Lubellion in the graveyard, just because it's free fodder, and like why would you not use it? Even though you can summon him from the hand, it's just better to have him in the graveyard because he replaces himself. So from here, go ahead, use Serenir. Serenir will go ahead and banish our Mercurier. And then from here, Mercurier will trigger to get our Blazing Cartesia. Like I said before, this whole play is very standard, and then being able to get the Lindworm for a free negate is pretty good as well. So from here, we go ahead and we special summon out our Blazing Cartesia because we have Albaz in the graveyard, and then use Cartesia's quick effect to go ahead and fusion summon. But I realized that before you fusion summon, you want to be able to use Lubellion, and I'll specifically explain why right here. So we Lubellion, tribute Serenir to get Lubellion, and then from here Serenir will go ahead and mill. So Serenir will go ahead and mill our Branded Retribution. Now Branded Retribution has the graveyard effect where he says you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one branded spell or trap card in your graveyard and add it to your hand. You definitely don't use Cartesia right now, and this is specifically why. So again, we mill that card, and then from here we'll go ahead and use the Bystial Lubellion, which let us scale or activate. So we go ahead and activate our Branded Loss. So from here, what we do is now we go ahead and proceed to fusion summon because we want the Branded Loss search. So from here we fusion summon, we go into Googly Moogly. So now again, it'll be Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2. So Chainlink 2 will be Branded Loss, which essentially says if you fusion summon a fusion monster, you can add one Fallen of Albaz or one monster that mentions it from your deck to your hand. Googly Moogly will be able to foolish a card. So Branded Loss will get us Albion the Shroud Dragon, and then Googly Moogly will go ahead and send Garura, and then this will essentially enable us to draw a card. Again, I end up adding false fake trap to our hand because it's like I'm just showing you like the pluses. But again, so from here we get Albion the Shroud Dragon. Now we use Albion the Shroud Dragon's effect. Now this card says while if this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can send one Fallen of Albaz or one branded spell or trap card from your hand or deck to the graveyard, then apply this effect. So if it's from the hand, you can special summon it. If it's from the deck, you can place this card at the bottom of your deck and then draw one card. So that's where the Albion effect will come. So we go ahead, we send Branded in white. I'll explain that card very shortly. And then this card will go ahead and go to the bottom of our deck. And then again, I add the other fake trap just to show you that we've drawn two cards in this combo. And then again, you don't really shuffle but it doesn't matter. But then we use Branded Retribution, which lets us banish and basically get a card back to our hand, which is Branded in white. Now Branded in white says fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as material, including a dragon monster. You can also banish monsters from your graveyard as material if you use Fallen Albaz as fusion material. During the end phase, if this card's in the graveyard because it was sent there to activate the effect of Fallen Albaz, you blah blah whatever. We don't really use that effect because like you're never really discarding this card off Fallen of Albaz because you only play one of it in your deck. But essentially it's a Miracle Fusion. Just think of it as that. It's basically another Albion. So we go ahead and use Branded in white. We can go ahead and banish Fallen of Albaz plus Garura because again, if you're using Fallen of Albaz, you can banish monsters from your graveyard instead. So this will go ahead and summon out our Mirror Jade, and again, Garura's a fusion, so it meets the requirements. Then we use Mirror Jade here. Mirror Jade will go ahead and send a Albion the Fusion Dragon, and then we use Gungnir's effect or Lundworm's effect to go ahead and negate. Again, we don't banish because the banish is you can. And then during the end phase, this will go ahead and set our Branded in red, which again, we have protection with Branded in Lost as well. And then again, from here, we go ahead and activate Cartesia to add a card back to our hand, to add herself back to our hand. So again, off the two card combo, we basically end with the Gungnir, we end with Lubellion on board. Technically, you could bounce Lubellion with Lindworm, but you'd rather have it during your opponent's turn to bounce instead because you don't really want to bounce any of these cards. We have Branded in Lost, We have branded in red as well. So again, there's all sorts of combos that you guys can pull off with this as well. Going essentially a +3, drawing 2 cards as well. So it's pretty good. And now let's move on to the 5th and final combo. So now moving on to the 5th and final combo, and this is what I was showcasing you guys. It is going to be Aluber, it is going to be Bystial, Lubellion, it's going to be any of the other 1 cards that you need in your hand to get rid of. So again, from here we go ahead and normal summon Aluber, and like I was showcasing before in my previous ones as well, this is all very standard. So you go ahead and get Branded Fusion. After your Branded Fusion, this will go ahead and dump Fallen of Albaz and Mercurier from the deck to the graveyard, and then summon out our Lindworm. From here, we go ahead and use Lubellion's effect to discard to grab our Serenier, and like I said, Serenier is absolutely broken. And then from here, we can go ahead and fire off Serenier, banish the Mercurier. You guys already know this. And then Mercurier, go ahead and get our Cartesia, Blazing Cartesia. And then from here, we go ahead and use Lubellion's effect. Like I said before, you want to use this first, because if you're going to use the Branded and Lost ability, you want the search as well. So just go ahead and summon out, use Serenier's effect to go ahead and mill a card, which is Branded Retribution. And then from here, we go Lubellion to activate Branded Beast. From here, we go ahead and we use Cartesia, special summon herself, and then use their effect to go ahead and fusion summon, going into our Googly Moogly effect. Will go ahead and send our Albion the Shrouded Dragon. It's pretty important that this card gets sent to the graveyard here, and you'll see why. So we'll use Albion's effect. So Albion again, if this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can send 1 Fallen of Albaz or 1 Branded Spell Trap card. Unfortunately, you won't get the draw, which is okay, because we use this effect to go ahead and dump our Branded in white, and then put Albion at the bottom of the deck. Cool. From here, what we do is we go ahead and banish our Branded Retribution, and this lets us target 1 spell in our graveyard and add it to our hand, so 1 Branded Spell or Trap. And then from here, we activate our Branded in white. Like I said before, as long as you use Fallen of Albaz, you can Miracle Fusion, summon out our Lubellion. From here, we go ahead and use Lubellion, so this is where the fake trap or the extra card comes in. You discard to shuffle back, so you shuffle back Branded, Fallen of Albaz, and Lubellion to go ahead and summon out our Mirror Jade. And then from here, we go ahead and we use Mirror Jade's effect to send our Albion, and then this will trigger our Lindworm to negate it. And then from here, we enter the end phase, and again, all the combos are the exact same, where you go Albion to go ahead and set Branded in red. This will go ahead and get our Blazing Cartesia, and then depending on what we also opened, we could have like Branded in Lost as well, depending on what you have. So those are the 5 combos that I wanted to showcase you. So guys, that was the video. If you liked the video, go ahead and leave a like. And again, if you've made it to the end of my videos and are not yet subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, because what are you doing, seriously? But anyways guys, my name is Hamza. I hope you guys really enjoyed that video, and like I always say, keep on shining, never go on your dreams. Peace.